So, here's the thing. My man Thomas Shelby, or better yet, England's own godfather, is nothing short of a genius. He's not just extremely charismatic, he's also feared and respected by everyone. Even though he's a relatively recent character on TV, he's already loved all over the world. People are fascinated by his cold demeanor, the way he carries himself, that icy personality, and above all, the level of respect that surrounds his name. There's a lot we can learn from Tommy Shelby, lessons you can apply especially in meetings or any kind of interaction involving people. These insights can be incredibly useful, and today we're going to dive into the secrets behind why Tommy Shelby is both feared and respected at the same time. I'm Diego Fortes, and this is the Charisma Academy. But before anything, I need to give you a heads up, and I really want you to pay close attention to what I'm about to say. Don't use these techniques in every situation. Don't overuse them, because if you do, you might end up creating the exact opposite effect of what you want. If you're aiming for respect, you could come off as arrogant and annoying. Don't do that. Use these strategies with caution. You'll understand everything as we go, including how to dose these techniques properly. Obviously, don't use this with your friends. Save it for strangers or people you don't like. Now, let's get started. To explain how Tommy Shelby commands respect, we can sum it up with a single word: tension. In order to create respect and fear at the same time, you need to create tension. Not the kind of tension that makes people feel awkward or uncomfortable being around you, but rather the kind of tension that leaves people wondering, what's he going to do next? That feeling of unpredictability, of not knowing how someone might react or what their next move will be, that's what creates a subtle kind of fear. The good news is, you don't have to be cold and calculating like Tommy Shelby. You can still be yourself and use these same techniques because they're universal and can work for anyone. Just remember, you need to create tension. Drill that into your head. Without tension, there is no respect or fear. And to help you create that, I've broken it down into 3 main steps. Techniques that are used by famous people, politicians, and world-class speakers. And most of the time, you don't even notice it. Tommy Shelby does all of them at once. Let's learn what they are. The first technique is called the principle of non-reactivity. Picture this: someone, an enemy, a client, whoever, throws some kind of provocation your way, maybe trying to get under your skin. Now, most people would react immediately, show anger or discomfort. But Tommy? Nothing. That's the key. Don't react. Stay indifferent. When someone tries to provoke you, they're doing it with a specific goal. They want a reaction. They expect it. So when you don't react at all, you instantly win the mental game. The provocation loses all its power because you've shown that it doesn't affect you. That instantly earns respect. Every time someone offends you or tries to get a rise out of you, do not react. And if you have to respond, do it in a neutral tone. Never let them see they got to you, even if inside you're boiling. Tommy Shelby has to do this constantly. In his world, reacting emotionally could literally get him shot or cost him a major business deal. And yet, no matter what happens, he always has that same expression, that unreadable, composed look. This kind of control takes practice. You won't learn it overnight. But by applying this principle of non-reactivity consistently in your daily social interactions, it will become a habit. And the more you use it, the stronger it becomes. So here's your first challenge. The next time someone provokes you, just don't react. The second technique Tommy Shelby uses is silence, and this one is powerful. Silence creates respect. This is historically proven. In the monarchy of France, King Louis XIV was known for this exact trait. When people would come to him with 2 opposing proposals, he would sit, listen to them talk, and he'd say nothing. He would just sit there, silently, without giving away even the slightest expression. Then, after a long time, all he'd say is, "I will see." That's it. And then he'd walk away. That simple act created an overwhelming sense of tension and fear. People were terrified. What did he think? What is he going to decide? That silence made him unpredictable, powerful. When you stay silent while someone is speaking, they often start over-explaining, giving away too much, getting nervous. Your silence becomes a kind of control. It's like you're on higher ground, absorbing everything, while they're exposing themselves. Tommy does this all the time. People beg, demand, explain things to him, and he just sits there, expressionless, saying nothing. You don't know what he's thinking, and that uncertainty drives people crazy. Try it yourself next time you're in an awkward conversation with someone you don't like, or someone who talks too much. Just go silent. Look them in the eye, say nothing. Let the silence speak. This technique is actually law number 4 from the 48 Laws of Power. The third and final technique is the law of mystery. This law basically says, don't talk too much about yourself. Human beings have a psychological trigger known as the scarcity effect. Anything that is scarce becomes more valuable. So the less people know about you, the more intrigued they become. When you overshare, talk openly about everything you do, what's left to be curious about? If people already know everything about you, there's no reason to be interested. But when there's mystery, when they don't know your background, your goals, your next move, that's when fascination begins. Tommy Shelby applies this constantly. You barely know anything about him. He reveals almost nothing. You don't know what he thinks, what he likes, how he feels, and that makes him magnetic. So here's what to do. The next time you're meeting someone new, or you're in a group where you don't know people well, don't overshare. Hold back, be selective. Don't be an open book. People love mystery. According to the mental trigger of scarcity, the fewer details you give, the more valuable you become. But remember, don't do this with your friends. Your friends are your allies. Don't treat them like strangers. There's no reason to hide from your friends. Be mysterious only around people you don't know well. The only people Tommy Shelby is truly open with are his brothers. They know a bit more about him than everyone else, but the rest of the world, they know almost nothing. Just that he fought in World War I and came back traumatized. That's it. Everything else is completely concealed. Did you enjoy the video? Then smash that like button because the Pit Boys are wrecking my Italian mafia and I need your help. Click like, drop a comment with other characters you want me to analyze, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you never miss a video we post from Monday to Friday. That's it for now. See you in the next one. Bye!